Negotiations on the infrastructure package and next stimulus package are starting to fall apart. Florida is canceling benefits, and a pizza dude who unknowingly passed up $400 million. Let's talk through all of it. Welcome, everybody. Hey, thank you so much for being part of the community. I truly do appreciate it. If you happen to be new here, or if you haven't done so already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as I am your daily advocate, and I'll be here every single day to keep you updated with everything going on. Let's talk through this. So first off, remember the infrastructure package and the next stimulus package, otherwise known as the American Families Plan? Yeah, as of about a week ago, things were looking really good. Democrats and Republicans in Congress were coming together, and they were all very hopeful and optimistic that they would be able to come together on a bipartisan basis and push at least the first portion of it through with bipartisan support. Well, things have changed over the last couple days here. Negotiations are starting to fall apart, and Republicans are basically coming forward saying, yeah, it's unlikely that we're going to be able to come together on a deal with this infrastructure package. They are so far apart right now, and they're still disagreeing on what the actual definition of infrastructure should be. Therefore, it sounds like both sides are not very confident anymore, whereas a week ago, things were looking really good. However, at the same time, as we've talked about before, we are getting closer and closer to the deadline that they have self-imposed, or the president has imposed anyway, the deadline of Memorial Day. They're basically saying, hey, we want to have substantial progress on this thing to determine, will we come together on a bipartisan basis by that date, or do Democrats need to go alone on this thing and start pushing forward? Well, that's only a few days away from now, and at this point, it's looking like Democrats may need to go ahead and do this thing by themselves, which isn't any surprise to us because we've actually been anticipating this for, quite a while now. Even though they've been negotiating on a bipartisan basis, we've kind of come together basically many times in our videos here saying, yeah, it's highly likely they're going to go ahead with budget reconciliation on this thing. At the same time, Nancy Pelosi is still eyeing July 4th as a date where she wants substantial progress and possibly even the passing of this thing by then. But, realistically, they're kind of running out of time. Unless they are working behind the scenes on getting all of the necessary steps in order to start working through with the budget reconciliation process. But however, the next deadline that they have that they absolutely want to have this thing done is by the August recess. Remember that? They basically leave the entire month of August and come back after Labor Day. So they're gone for like 5 weeks. It's something like that. It's a very long time. So anyway, they want to have that thing done by then, which is still, again, not that far out from now. So at the same time, Florida announced yesterday they are the next state that is going to be canceling those unemployment benefits. Remember that now? We have over 20 states that are canceling the federal boost to unemployment benefits. This is the $300 per week that unemployed people are receiving right now from the federal government. Well, there's over 20 states that are canceling these benefits in the next 4 to 5 weeks or so. So that's going to impact nearly 3 million people who are receiving unemployment benefits. All of a sudden, in a few weeks from now, boom, done. You get nothing. You go from getting a few $100 a week from unemployment to all of a sudden getting nothing. So we'll have to see how this is going to impact all these millions upon millions of people over the next month or so as all of a sudden their benefits dry up. It's going to be kind of a sad situation. We're going to see maybe a mad scramble for benefits or a mad scramble for getting jobs and or just people like kind of throwing in the towel saying, hey, I don't know what to do anymore. I lost my benefits. I can't get a job for, all these different reasons. There's a lot of different reasons that people can't get a job right now. I get it. So it's going to be certainly very interesting to see what's going on going forward. At the same time, Ohio has just drawn their first winner of $1 million as their vaccination lottery system that they're pushing. So if you happen to be watching, person, whoever you are, the winner of the first $1 million in Ohio, hey, congratulations. That is a pretty nice win. Congratulations. That's pretty cool for that person. But remember, at the same time, there are multiple other states that are doing very similar programs to this where they're having lotteries for vaccinations, like New York, $5 million, Maryland, $40,000 a day, Oregon, $1 million grand prize and $10,000 to one winner in every county of the state of Oregon, which is 36 counties. So 36 people, $10,000. Not bad, right? Pretty cool stuff. So you're probably wondering, all right, so you got to tell me, what about this dude, the pizza dude, that passed up $400 million? Oh man, would that be sad or what? Get this. So about, I think it was back in 2009, there was a pizza dude who was, delivering pizzas. Well, back then, Bitcoin was worth, fractions of a penny or a penny. It was not worth very much at all. Well, there was a pizza dude that saw an order, and he had the opportunity to deliver 2 pizzas in exchange for 10,000 Bitcoin. Man, I would do basically anything for 10,000 Bitcoin right now. But anyway, he ended up going forward with it. He delivered the 2 pizzas. In exchange, he got his 10,000 Bitcoin. At the time, was worth about $41. Could you imagine 10,000 Bitcoin that's worth $41? Well, needless to say, he ended up going ahead and spending that Bitcoin, that 10,000 Bitcoin, on travel. Well, if he would have held all of that Bitcoin up to today at the current price, he'd be looking at nearly $400 million in exchange for 2 pizzas. Could you imagine that? Wow. That would be sad. Seriously, not even that long ago, a month and a half ago or so, maybe 2 months ago now, Bitcoin was at $63,000 or $64,000 per coin. He'd be looking at like $640 million from those 10,000 Bitcoin. Ouch. Sad day. But apparently he has no regrets. I don't know. I would honestly have a lot of regret. I would feel really, really sad to know that I basically had $600 million in my hands that I didn't even know about, and I spent it on travel. You know what I mean? That would be a really, really sad day. So either way, needless to say, we will continue watching everything as these negotiations out of Congress are really important right now. We're starting to get into this point right now where it's like, hey, you either got to take some action or hit the road and you got to do something here. So either way, over the coming days here, it's going to be really pivotal. It's either going to be, okay, fine, we're going to come together on a bipartisan basis, or it's a no-go. It's a no-go. There's not going to be a bipartisan basis, and Democrats, just go ahead and do it by yourself, which honestly, they're already planning to do that anyway. But if there's any chance of a bipartisan agreement, then ahead, they can just move forward with that. But over the coming days here and probably the next week and a half or so, we're going to get a lot more developments on this thing, and it's going to be interesting to see how this whole thing shakes out, because as I've been saying for so long now, when we anticipate Democrats start moving forward with the budget reconciliation process, especially on the second portion of the package, the American Families Plan, that's where we're going to see the prospect for a 4th stimulus check, those monthly stimulus checks, along with all of these requests from different people in the House, the Senate, the House Ways and Means, other people calling on a 4th stimulus check and monthly recurring payments. That's where we're going to see it if we happen to see it pop up. So, certainly very interesting, and I will continue to keep you posted because it's going to get interesting here, and we need to see what's cooking on the back end here, because this is going to be like the determining factors if there's going to be a 4th stimulus check and if there will be those monthly recurring payments. So I'll keep you posted. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks, everybody. Oh, also, by the way, if you didn't see my videos from yesterday afternoon, please go back and watch those, as I want to see and hear your feedback on the ideas that I'm presenting in those videos. Video titled Must Watch, please, from yesterday. Go back and watch that one, as I'm looking for some input on that one and some feedback, as I'm working on something here behind the scenes. So anyway, I'll be back soon with another video and more information. Have a nice day, stay safe out there, and make sure to hit the subscribe button, share the video with your friends, family, social media, and check out any of my other 1,100 videos right here on the channel. Thanks again, everybody, and I'll catch you later. I'll see ya.